Hello class 5 students, I hope you are all doing well. Today we are going to start with chapter that is solar and lunar eclipses. And the main points are eclipse, solar and lunar eclipse. So now let's start. Answer the following question. First, if you stand in front of the sun, where is your shadow formed? Second, is your shadow also formed on a dark night? Third, is the size of your shadows same throughout the day? You have to answer these questions accordingly. Now, eclipse. The Earth and the other planets and the moon are opaque heavenly bodies. When the Earth or the moon comes in between the light source, sun, and the moon or the Earth, respectively, an eclipse takes place. The heavenly body in between the sun and the other heavenly bodies casts its shadows on the other heavenly bodies, thus causing an eclipse. So, an eclipse takes place when the sun is blocked, either by the moon or by the earth. Now, do you know it? We can see two parts of a shadow, umbra and penumbra. Umbra is the darkest center part of a shadow. Penumbra is the partial shadow made between the umbra and the lightened part. Now, solar eclipse. The earth revolves around the sun and the moon revolves around the earth. Due to this revolution, the moon moves in between the sun and the earth for some time and blocks the light of the sun from falling on the earth. This causes an eclipse of the sun called the solar eclipse. Here you can see the picture of solar eclipse. During the solar eclipse, we see the shadow of the moon from the earth. The eclipse is seen from that part of the earth only where the moon's shadow falls on. Solar eclipse takes place on new moon. During a solar eclipse, the moon casts two shadows on the earth, the umbra and penumbra. Solar eclipse takes place at daytime. There are three types of solar eclipse: total solar eclipse, partial solar eclipse and annular solar eclipse. First, total solar eclipse. Total solar eclipse is caused when the sun is completely blocked by the moon. During this type of eclipse, only the dark umbra of the moon is seen from the earth. It results in complete shadow on the earth. Total solar eclipse is seen only from a small area of the earth. Partial solar eclipse. Partial solar eclipse takes place when the sun, the moon and the earth are not in a straight line. Only a small part of the sun is covered by the moon. People can see only the penumbra shadow of the moon. Second, annular solar eclipse. Annular solar eclipse occurs when the moon is much away from the earth, covers the small portion of the sun. The sun seems like a ring around the shadow of moon. Now, lunar eclipse. A lunar eclipse takes place when the earth comes in between the sun and the moon. The earth's shadow falls on the moon's surface, causing a lunar eclipse. The lunar eclipse takes place only when the moon is full. Lunar eclipse continue for an hour. It takes place at night. There are three types of lunar eclipse: total lunar eclipse, partial lunar eclipse and penumbral lunar eclipse. Here you can see the picture of lunar eclipse. Now, total lunar eclipse. Total lunar eclipse takes place when the earth comes exactly in between the sun and the moon. The earth's shadow completely covers the moon, but some sunlight reaches the moon. Due to this, the moon appears red in color. Partial lunar eclipse. Partial lunar eclipse takes place when the earth's shadow covers only a part of the moon. This shadow part of the moon is either deep red or charcoal grey in color. Now, penumbral lunar eclipse. Penumbral lunar eclipse takes place when the moon is inside the penumbral of Earth's shadow. A slight fading of the moon near the umbra is called penumbral lunar eclipse. Now, valued fact: a lunar eclipse takes place when the moon is full. Awesome fact: the moon is much smaller than the sun, but it covers the sun on the total lunar eclipse. Now, let's learn new words. Eclipse. An eclipse takes place when the sun is covered by the moon or the earth. Solar eclipse. When the moon covers the sun. Lunar eclipse. When the earth covers the sun. Umbra. A complete dark portion of a shadow. Penumbra. an area of partial darkness near the umbra. Now class, let's remember, an eclipse takes place when the earth or the moon come in front of the sun. There are two types of eclipse, the solar and the lunar eclipse. The solar eclipse takes place when the moon comes in between the sun and the earth. The lunar eclipse takes place when earth comes in between the sun and the moon. I hope you all like this session. Now we will meet in the next class. Till then, bye-bye.